social media. I'll be in the everyone, and welcome to Seton Catholic Preparatory Senior Recognition. Tonight, we are honoring our girls basketball seniors and their parents. As seniors, they have taken a leadership in the school and sacrificed their time and talents for the Seton community. Their parents have also played a very important part in their lives. They have motivated them to excel in the classroom, encouraged them to be outstanding citizens, and cheered them on during competition. Presenting our 2024 seniors, first, Caitlin Benali, escorted by Lene and Chuck. Kate is a four-year member of Sentinel basketball, and she is a four-year Seton ambassador, house leader, Kairos leader, and first honor roll student. Her favorite memory is the team's most recent trip to San Diego in December. Next fall, Caitlin will continue her basketball career at Fort Lewis College in Durango, Colorado, where she will major in exercise physiology and minor in nutrition. Ladies and gentlemen, Caitlin Benali. Kate. Our next senior tonight is Jaden Herrera, escorted by Vincent and Mary. Jaden is a four-year member of Sentinel basketball. She served as a house leader, competed in track and field, and also holds an important role as the team hair braider. Her most cherished memory was going to California with the team and winning the Hoya Country Day tournament. Next fall, Jaden plans to study business at Arizona State University or Chandler Gilbert Community College. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaden Herrera. Our final senior this evening is Lexi Walper, escorted by Ashley and Billy. This is Lexi's first year as a member of the Sentinel basketball team. She is on the first honor roll with academic awards in AP English and U.S. history. Lexi is a Kairos and house leader, earning all academic recognition for softball her junior year. Her advice to the underclassmen is to always be true to yourself. Next fall, Lexi will continue her softball career and study psychology at Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, Lexi Walper. To our senior athletes, remember this moment and know that each of you have made an incredible impact on your team and the Seton community. On behalf of Seton Catholic Preparatory, we want to say congratulations, God bless, and best of luck in the future. One more round of applause for our 2024 Sentinel Seniors.
A special night on the campus of Seton Catholic as three seniors will play their final regular season home game. Tonight is senior night as the Sentinels take on St. Mary's. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Pequeno alongside Mason Community College head coach Corey Stevenson. Coach, so glad to have you here.
Thank you, Joe, for having me and taking this opportunity.
So tonight, the seniors, Caitlin Benally, as well as Jaden Herrera and Lexi Walper, they play their final regular season home game. And Coach, you've been in this situation with your program. What a special moment it's going to be for those three young ladies.
Yeah, they should be fired up tonight. They should be excited to play intense, and it's always special to go out with a win, so hopefully they're focused on the process.
Coach Karen Self always has a special philanthropy in mind. Every year, this is a special game. It's the Kay Yao Foundation game, of course. Kay Yao, the legendary basketball coach at NC State, won over 700 wins in her great career. Not to mention, when she passed away in 1987, they set a foundation game in her name. And when we think about Kay Yao, she means so much, Coach, to so many.
Yeah, she's really a pioneer, one of the pioneers of our coaching fraternity or sorority, I guess, and to have a foundation in memory of her and how much effort and hard work that it goes into and helping all the cancer survivors and everyone that's going through this terrible prognosis, you know, it just means a lot that all of us can get involved and help support everyone's cause.
Along the way, we also have some basketball to talk about. Once again, yearly, we're in the same situations like Old Hat. Coach, it's like watching the sunrise out of the mountains. Needs to say the Sentinels, once again, one of the best teams in the state, 18-6 overall, tied for first in the Desert Sky at 7-1.
Yeah, I know. If you want to see good basketball, you come watch one of Coach Self's practices or watch their games. She always puts a good product on the floor. She has for years. She's one of the best for a reason. She's very detailed, and she has good kids with good character. You just know what you're going to get when you come watch a Seton game.
So tonight they take on St. Mary's, a squad they beat earlier in the season, a squad they've beaten 9 straight times. So it's going to be the Sentinels and St. Mary's right here. Senior night, the Kay Yao game. We'll have more from John J. McMahon, Jim. Keep it locked, keep it loaded. Corey Stevenson, Joe Pequeno, right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym. Special night, senior night. And of course, the Play for K game. Cancer awareness in spirit of the great coach on the collegiate circuit, and that is Kay Yao. Karen Self, right on the court right now and addressing the crowd. Joe Pequeno alongside Paulo Hutchison, also joined by iconic Mesa Community College coach Corey Stevenson. And coach, so good to have you here this evening, and for the Sentinels to get to this point, last game, regular season, a lot of people don't realize that the basketball season is not just the grind of your schedule, but there's so much more that goes into it. The workouts, the training, the preparation, and to get to this point, and you've been in this situation so many times with your teams, to get to this point, what is it like for a team?
It's exciting, and they're starting to see the fruits of their labor that they did all summer and just the grind of it in a positive way. And they should be getting fired up and paying attention to detail because they know they got bigger prizes on their horizon. I'm sure their North Star is to win another state championship for them, for Seton. So they should be paying attention to detail, being focused on the process, and you know, continuing to work hard.
And right now, Coach Karen Self addressing the crowd, and for all those cancer survivors out there, they're all getting roses. A very special moment. Karen Self sharing some love with a friend in the crowd, and that tells you what Seton basketball is all about. It's just not about the X's and O's. It's also about the care and love for the community. And a couple games ago, Karen had a epilepsy awareness night.
Yep.
Now it's a cancer awareness night. And so the ladies all decked out in pink. And this is going to be a fantastic affair. Sentinels, perfect 7-0 at home this season. They're feeling really good. They're starting to get healthy. Coach Karen Self, over 800 wins, 12 state titles. And Coach, you're no stranger to great accolades. You've got over 340 career wins. You've won a national title. When you think of 800 plus wins, and she's trailing only Minor Webster all time on the women's circuit, when you think about that kind of accomplishment, what comes to mind?
She had a lot of great players. The jockey never finishes before the horse, no. But in all seriousness, like Coach Self, she's a great teacher of the game. You know, she's detailed. She understands how to teach, and that's what it is in building relationships on and off the court.
And we're going to take a moment for the school announcements and the national anthem. And we welcome you back courtside, John J. McMahon Gym, where the Sentinels get an A for effort in the national anthem. And hopefully they'll give an A performance on the court. So Sentinels, of course, their starting lineup tonight. Lexi Walper, the senior, getting the start, as well as Jaden Herrera. Carmela Gallardo, who leads the team in scoring, coach, 15 points a game. She can fill it up all around the perimeter. Sophie Morales. Sophie was coming off a little bit of a bum ankle, did not play in Friday's win against Marcos Niza. She leads the team. She's the spark plug,
Yes,
coach.
she is.
10, 4, and 6.
Yeah.
And Caitlin Benally, the senior, so strong. 9 points a game and a physical force down in the paint, rips 9 boards. And coach, when you have that kind of player that averages just about a double-double every time down the blocks, what does that do for your offense?
Oh, it just opens it up. And, you know, at the end of the day, you really want easy twos. So if you can count on Caitlin to get you an easy two at the end of the game and situationals, that's just going to open up the court. And it's so much easier getting an easy two versus having to depend on the 3-ball.
Of course, Mia DiPuccio, we'll see her time in this one as well. She averages 10 points a game, and Reagan Gregston averages 7 and about 6 rebounds. Sentinels fully rested after Friday's win against Marcos Niza. They average 53 points, shoot 41%, 33% from 3, 64% from the line, 31 rebounds, 14 assists, 10 steals, and 3 blocks per game. St. Mary's, led by new coach Vanessa Santa Cruz, who went to St. Mary's, coach, so she's coaching at her alma mater. She played JUCO at Yavapai, and she played at Fort Lewis as well. So what is it like for a coach to come in that first year to try to build that culture?
Well, they're probably a little bit in survival mode. However, as long as if they're putting their culture first and the bench decorum and how they want the locker room to sound like and look like and act like, then they're going to be okay. And understand, young coaches, we needed to understand it's not about the X's and O's in the beginning. So if she's focusing on building the right relationships, then she'll be on the path to success.
Starting lineups for St. Mary's: number 2, Gwen Carter; number 13, Sophia Bryant; number 21, Bella Sirocco. And that one is up and in, and St. Mary's coming with a purpose. Number 23, Ava Sierras, and their leading scorer, Alondra Reyes, number 44, who's putting up 16, 7, and 2. Good start for St. Mary's, winning the tip. And on the other side, Jaden Herrera, the senior, up and in. Good offensive possession for the Sentinels. Karen Self, right to our right, everyone decked out in pink. I've got my pink tie. I feel like I came prepared. I've got my A game ready to go, fully caffeinated, and St. Mary's is coming, and they're looking for a win. They've lost 9 straight to Seton. And Coach, you've been sometimes, and probably not too many times, but you've been on the wrong end of streaks. What is that like when you get a team like St. Mary's coming in and they know that they've been on the short end of a losing streak to Seton, and they're trying to change that here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, as Seton should be, and like I have been in those situations, you got to have your team ready. When I mean ready, they need to be focused on the process and the details of the game and the game plan, whatever. Obviously tonight it's zone offense, it looks like it's going to be, and transition defense, but you gotta play until you crack them. Don't ever think that you've cracked them early, because there's competition going on. So you got to play until you crack them.
So Sophie Morales with the beautiful inside feed, and that is the 3D court vision that we see from Sophie Morales all the time, and a dynamic guard. And this one is shot from the outside, and that is delivered from long range from Ava Sierras, who's got 5 quick points out of the gates. So St. Mary's with a 7-4 lead. Swung down in the post, Herrera puts it on the court. Tracked down and knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Seton possession with 18 seconds on the clock. So Mia DiPuccio will be coming off the bench, as well as Reagan Gregston, letting Walper and Herrera in the starting lineup tonight. The fellow seniors inside, and Benally will go to the line. And that's what Caitlin Benally does. She draws contact, and that's going to be the first on Gwen Carter.
Yeah, fouls drawn are like, it's a stat that is not statted all the time, but it should be, and it's just as important as knocking down these free throws.
And Benally, a really good free throw shooter. 71% at the line. On her way to play college basketball at Fort Lewis, and she gets the second. Sentinels 7-1 in the Desert Sky, 18-6 overall, ranked number 2 in 4A. And coach, there's an open division rankings as well, and Seton currently ranked 6th in the open division. Shot from the outside won't go, pulled down. Blocked by Benally, gets it to the freight train, that is Morales. Morales running up the floor, Sophie.
Yes.
Quick look inside, and Herrera gets called for the travel. Once again, Morales, gotta love the court vision.
Yeah, she set that one up nicely.
7-5 as Reagan Gregston and DiPuccio check in. So the Sentinels ranked number 6 in the open division, which is a ranking coach of the best teams. So now in high school basketball in the state, they don't, the upper echelon teams are, if they're ranked in the open division, they get a chance to play an all out, could be 6A versus 4A, 5A, depending on seeding. So the Sentinels, as you know, they lost to Millennium here in the quarterfinals in a thriller last year. And as of now, they be in the open division. Reagan Gregston with a great block down in the post. I asked Karen Self about the rankings. She's like, none of that matters right now.
It doesn't. It doesn't. No, what's important right now is the St. Mary's game. And so she has her teams. If that's her mindset, then her team's in a good spot.
Yes, and Karen is focused on these last 2 games, tonight here at St. Mary's, and then Wednesday against Arcadia on the road. Shot from the outside. That's off the rim. Gallardo pulls it down. Carmella had a spectacular game last week. Gregston. Benally gives back to Gregston. Carmella. DiPuccio. Mella long range. That's off the rim. St. Mary's with a rebound, courtesy of Bella Sirocco. 3 minutes and change into this one. St. Mary's looking for a signature win. And they're motivated, and that one is up and off the glass. A little too hard. Gregston out to Morales, right side. Sophie. Surveying, kick out, Carmella, release, rotation, knocks it down. Carmella Gallardo, not afraid to launch it. A 39% free throw shooter. And coach, watching your team, you've got that kind of skill set. When you've got to be able to run the court, you've got a guard like Sophie, you got someone who can fill it from the outside. You get Benally down to the post. 3D effects. How great is that?
Well, it's easy. It's awesome. You know, obviously good players make us coaches look good. But Sophie, the way she sees the floor and the bigs are running the floor, so it just opens up space for your good shooters. And you know, we've been concentrating on that a little bit more down over at MCC too, is to have our point guards really attack and our bigs run the floor. And you can see that out of Sophie and Caitlin. Alondra
Reyes at the line, putting up 16, 7, and 2, a 56% free throw shooter. And she connects on both. A 9-8 St. Mary's lead. Gregston inside, DiPuccio, and Mia over Reyes. That's a good battle right there. Mia putting up 10 points a game. Spent her time in Europe playing some basketball last summer. Good post defense by Benally down in the blocks, and it's going the other way. Caitlin Benally, and this is a young player, coach, that has gotten better offensively every single year. When she's point blank, looking at the glass, putting it in, she's almost automatic. Long range 3, Benally's there. Morales will work the perimeter. Inside, Benally up and in. And you just gotta love the symmetry.
Yeah, that was a nice 2-man game by Sophie and Caitlin. They're playing well together.
12-9, Sentinels on a run. So glad to have Corey Stevenson stealing her way from her top-ranked, well, 6th-ranked team and playing so well. Squad riding a 7-game winning streak, 15-4 overall. Had a chance to watch her team a couple weeks ago against Chandler Gilbert. And that one is knocked out of bounds. So, Coach, do you, other than me swaying you to get you here tonight, are you on the high school circuit? Are you watching games all the time?
Yeah, we're out recruiting every night. There's a game. A lot of our recruiting is in state, so we have our assistant coaches out actually tonight at a game, and I'll be out every other night we don't play.
So, Coach, one player I want to talk about in particular, we saw her here numerous times over the last couple of years. One of my favorites is Lucy Lohman, who played at Mesquite, and Lucy is just one of those kids, endless energy.
Yes, sir.
She is just relentless. And what did you see out of her in Mesquite that you said to yourself, you know what, I want her to be part of my program?
Well, Lucy approached me, and she wanted a chance coming off her ACL. She didn't play a lot last year because she was coming off her ACL, but she just has perseverance, and she was persistent. And I talked to Coach Gonzalez about her, and she said just all the right things, like she's a teammate. She wants to work, do the best for what's with the team, and she obviously works hard. And so I was like, we'll give you an opportunity, but since I've seen you last, Joe, like Lucy she's really embraced her role, a part of our scout team and playing a point guard for us, and she's just making us better on the defensive end.
And that's what a good teammate does, just follows the script, does whatever's necessary for the team.
Absolutely.
Sentinels up 12-9, ball knocked out of bounds, and Sophie will reset with 22 on the shot clock. Swings it in the corner, Carmela, and Carmela, little pitch and catch, and makes it look easy. She's got 6 points, leads the team in scoring at 15 a game. St. Mary's going back the other way, and Benally on the tie-up. Getting caught up in that was Gwen Carter. Once again, Seton with good post interior defense.
Carmela makes it look easy because she's got good footwork. She got good footwork coming off those screens and nice backspin.
Morales, it's dumped down in the blocks. Missed point blank, kick out. Carmela again. And right now, Coach, you got to feed the beast.
Keep it simple.
Feed it from the outside. And Carmela, 3 threes, and the lead is 18-9. Sentinels. Alondra Reyes getting double teamed immediately. Good defense by Gregston. Sentinels throwing the double team at Alondra. Dumped down in the blocks. Good move. Good post defense by Carmela. Ripped away by Benally. Morales coming up that right side. Swings it down court. And DiPuccio will get called for a travel down in the blocks. But once again, Mia getting the good feed, and Sophie making it look easy, looking across court and then just dumping it down in the post.
Yeah, the bigs are running hard. Carmela's hit some threes. You can see how open the court is now.
18-9, under 2 minutes left in the first. Sentinels won the first matchup earlier this season. Sentinels have won 9 straight against the Knights. Carmela the other way. Carmela feeding inside. That's taken away. Good defense by St. Mary's. Running, Bella Sororco. And she gets matched up with Sophie. Sororco. And Sophie with that tight ball pressure. Benally coming out on the dribbler. Morales takes it away. Sophie patiently works it past the half-court line. Benally will let it rip. And Benally from long range. Caitlin Benally. And I got to tell you, Coach, a couple years ago, Caitlin Benally does not knock down that shot. Now she's comfortable, and that's the big thing I've seen from like when you first come into this program and you're committed to learning and growing and following the game plan that Karen has for you, is that the kids that listen, learn, blossom, and believe in their offensive ability over the course of time.
Yeah, you can tell it's rep too. So that position, that she needs that jump shot to transition well to the next level. So that's awesome that she's developed it.
Morales with the steal, out to Carmela. And Carmela, 11 first quarter points.
Not bad.
22-9. And St. Mary's could play for the final shot, but unless there's some urgency here, it won't go down, and shot at the buzzer won't go. And after one, it's 22-9. Sentinels. And Coach, we talked about Carmela leading the team in scoring 15 a game. Oh, by the way, 3 first period threes, 11 first period points.
Yeah, she came out focused for her teammates, that's for sure. And she's, I mean, just from a trained eye, like you can see, like the backspin is proper, it's correct, and then her footwork coming off screens, like that stuff is reps. So she has put a lot of time into it, and that's why she's making these shots early.
And Coach, I know there's so much in a basketball game, it's beyond the box score. And you look at Sophie Morales, she hasn't scored a point, but what she does on the floor, she's been simply electric finding her teammates. What have you seen from Sophie so far?
No, absolutely, you're right. Sophie, she just puts her, she knows she's a true point guard right now. Like she's giving the ball to who, where, and when at the right time. And that's what you do, the 3 W's. So she's giving to her teammates where they want the ball, when they need the ball, and who's supposed to be shooting the ball.
And on the other side for Coach Vanessa Santa Cruz in her first year, once again, she played at St. Mary's. She won a state title as a coach. She played at Yavapai, at Fort Lewis. What are you seeing from St. Mary's early?
They look like they're disciplined and they work really hard. I mean, they are hustling back. So she's got them on the right page.
So the Sentinels with a 13-point lead as we begin this second period. Senior night, Caitlin Benally, Jaden Herrera, as well as Lexi Walper playing their last final regular season home game. Of course, Seton will most likely get a home game or two for the playoffs, whether that's in the Open Division or in 4A. And of course, we'll have that coverage right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Jaden Herrera coming out tight. Seton with that tight defense, and it's going to be an offensive foul against Reyes. So the Sentinels start with some great clamp down defense. And Coach, your team plays great defense. When I watch you recently, your squad against Chandler Gilbert, you like to bring the pressure. Do you see any similarities in how you coach your defensive team and Karen's team?
Well, I think right now, you know, it's the discipline piece. Seton, you know, with the penetration and stuff that St. Mary's is doing, they're keeping their hands high and they're not committing dumb fouls. And so, you know, we coach that up as well over at MCC. So there's that bit of the similarity.
That shot is off the mark, and it's going to be a foul against Jaden Herrera.
I think both of us would appreciate if our teams talked more on defense. We can never talk enough.
Absolutely. Is it one of those things with young ladies sometimes you got to get the lion roar out of them to?
Yeah. I don't. Someone knows the answer. Tell me.
Well, I'm going to be honest. My daughter plays on the club softball scene, and I see the same thing sometimes. That's a great feed by Reyes. My goodness, that was something
She's not a bad
special. Aver Sierras with the basket off the great feed from Reyes. 23-11. Lexi Walper in the corner. Lexi short. St. Mary's in transition. Sentinels doing a good job getting back. Morales on the ball. Reyes guarded by Benally. Reyes will let it fly, and that one's off the iron. Morales will track it down. And I love when teams try to trap Sophie Morales. It never works. Gregston blocked from behind, because I've seen it so many times. They'll try to trap her in the corner. She's just so smooth and polished and just reads where her teammates are and just gets out of it instantaneously.
Yeah, she's got good IQ.
And Gregston will go to the line. Reagan, a 54% free throw shooter. And here's a young lady, Coach, who's had a journey here at Seton. She's been through multiple injuries, had an ACL injury a couple years ago, and finally, I've seen it this year where she's trusting her body, she's diving after loose balls, she's believing in the physicality of her body, that she can let loose on the court, and she's paying huge dividends for the Sentinels this year.
Yeah, it takes a long time for a player to recover from ACL, and a lot of us think it's just physically, but it's a lot of mental. So they look fine, they can run and they can cut and do all that stuff, but we kind of forget that they're still struggling a little bit mentally, and they don't obviously want to share that all the time. So So congratulations to her that she's finally working herself back.
Benally tried to hit Lexi Walper on the backdoor cut. Sentinels up 9, 6:22 left in the first half. The Play for K game, cancer awareness, and we'll be talking more about that at halftime. And Coach Stevenson will break down her Mesa squad this year and reflect on when her squad won the national title back in the 2013-2014 season. Now, Coach Stevenson has a very busy schedule. Her agenda is full of basketball and teaching and training, and not to mention she's a mother as well. So the fact that we have you here today, Coach, we appreciate you joining us right here on the campus of Seton Catholic.
Well, thank you.
22-13, under 6 minutes left. Morales, and that one's going to be taken away. Ava Sierras, and Morales will block it from behind. And Coach, in a situation like that, it's rare you're going to see a bad pass from Sophie Morales, but she didn't give up on the play.
No, she had a great next play speed, and that's what you want out of your players. That turnovers are going to happen. It's part of the game, but how you respond to it. So her next play speed obviously was exactly what you want.
Morales and Gregston checking out. DiPuccio and Carmella back in the game. Britton will toss it up, and that's off the glass. Maddie Britton, she's got 4 points. St. Mary's hanging around. 22-15. And Coach, when you're in your situation, you're the 6th ranked team in the country. What's it like? You got an X on the chest, sort of like Seton every time they get a home game. There's always a team that's going to come in there and they're going to give 150% because they want to knock off the juggernaut. What's that like?
Well, as a coach, we do our best to teach them, like, you guys, we have to be ready for every single opponent. And, play against the game, not your opponent, but it starts in practice. I say it all the time. I believe it. You're going to play the game the way you practice. So if you had a couple bad practices before this type of game, then it's not going to go that well. And don't ever let a team hang around that shouldn't be hanging around, because you don't want to give them hope. So you got to take care of that stuff in practice.
So St. Mary's hanging around, only down 7. Sentinels won the earlier matchup. And that is long from the outside. Benally will rip it down. Carmella. And Carmella the other night, Coach, in the win against Marcos, Sophie Morales was a little dinged up. She didn't play, so Carmella was actually running the point and did a great job. I mean, you take for granted when you see someone just a shooter and just spotting up and just taking shots, but she ran the point effectively and made some pinpoint passes and really dissected Marcos and just found her teammates, and showing that she's got the ability to play make as well.
Yeah, that's good that she had that opportunity to step into that leadership role.
Britton off the glass. She's got 6. It's a 5-point lead. Jane Herrera puts it on the court. Lexi Walper. Mella will let it fly. Mella a little too strong. Taken away by Reyes. Reyes shoots it up the floor. St. Mary's. And that's going to be a foul on Lexi Walper. Lexi with some good energy, just got the back end of the ball handler. Morales back in the game. Lexi Walper will take a breather. Sentinels a perfect 7-0 on home court this season. Reyes guarded by DiPuccio. Swung over. Ava Sierras, who's had a nice first half, gives up the dribble. Tough pass. Reyes tracks it down. Sentinels with the tough defense. Britton down in the blocks. Britton. Little nice touch off the glass. Just rolled in and out. Morales up the floor. Sophie. Coast to coast.
That's what you're supposed to do. Go until you get stopped. She didn't get stopped.
Morales had a little bit of a bum ankle last week. Did not play in the victory over Marcos. Looks completely healthy.
Yes, she does.
Sophie down the floor. DiPuccio. Morales in a battle, scrambling on the court against Sophia Bryant in favor of St. Mary's. 24-17. Sentinels playing for playoff seeding, whether it be in 4A or the open division. And coach, this point of the season, 2 games left for Karen, just like when you're at that point. How critical are those last 2 games to make sure you're clicking before you're heading into the postseason?
Well, I think they're critical. I mean, we want to make sure everything's flowing and everyone understands the play calls, the execution points. So I believe executions is one of the championship traits. So, you know, you want to be on, like, being like a well-oiled machine come down the stretch.
So Maddie Britton's got 8 points off the bench. She only averages less than 3 per game, and now with a shot at the 3-point play. And I think right now, coach, correct me if I'm wrong, I think St. Mary's officially has the attention of Seton Catholic.
I think you're right.
And that one's off the iron. Gregston rips it down. Morales coming up the floor. Morales dumps it in the corner. Shot won't go. Britton rips it down. Reyes will bring it up. Alondra Reyes, who's shown some really good skill set. Can handle the basketball, some good passes. Britton, who's been fearless off the bench. St. Mary's, and that's going to go the other way, or nope, off the foot of Carmella. So 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Knights. Britton has been a spark plug, 8 off the bench. Pass inside, taken away by Carmella. Down court, Sophie will stop, pop, and knock it down. Sophie Morales from 12 out. And Sophie ratchets up the defense. Feeds her teammate, Carmella cutting. DiPuccio inside. And the Sentinels, just like that, going on a nice little quick run.
Yeah, Sophie plays at such good angles on the defensive end.
So you're just waiting for it as St. Mary's drew closer and closer. All of a sudden, Sentinels just put it in gear to get the defense going and start pressuring the basketball. Getting a couple turnovers and now an opportunity to extend that lead. 2 minutes left in half. Carmella just off the iron. Reagan Gregston tracks it down. Morales and Sophie comes out gunning. She's got 6 second quarter points. And you think about Sophie, coach, is that Sophie is one of the most selfless players on the team. She'd rather have 15 assists in a game than score, but she can easily score. She averages 10 a game. She probably could score a lot more if she was needed to, but doesn't prefer to, because she doesn't take a lot of shots. She just doesn't.
Yeah, you can tell she knows when her team needs her to score. She'll take over just like she has. It was like a 5-point game, and now it's 11. It's all because of Sophie.
Gregston with the foul, going to the line. Gwen Carter putting up 9 points a game. A 32% free throw shooter. First one's off the iron, and you got to feel good for Vanessa Santa Cruz. Her first year with St. Mary's, she talked about, you know, the girls are receptive. A coach that graduated from St. Mary's, she won a state title as an assistant coach under Frank Daniel Hahn, who's a legend inside the state. Shot from the outside won't go. Gallardo will track it down. Gives Gallardo another opportunity from the corner, and Carmella sizzling. 4 first half threes. She's got 14, and the lead has blossomed to 14. And just like that, Sentinels flipping the switch. Good defense yet again. Sophie, tight defense down the floor. Gallardo, Morales won't go. Taken away by St. Mary's. Reyes up the floor. working that right side. Taken away by Gallardo, and they'll call a loose ball foul. So the Sentinels, 33.4 seconds left. No time left on the clock. That call was actually an out of bounds against Gwen Carter. No foul on the play. So the Sentinels, what do you expect here, Coach? Final possession of the first half.
They're going to work it down for the one shot, make sure that St. Mary's doesn't get it back, and I'm assuming it's going to go in, yes.
Benally from the corner doesn't go. Reyes rips it down. St. Mary's with an opportunity. Good defense, and St. Mary's will have 1 second here. A catch and shoot opportunity. Thrown up at the buzzer. And that is going to do it for the first half. The Sentinels extend their lead to 33-19. And Coach, it starts with Carmela Gallardo, 4 first half threes, 14 points in the first half.
Yeah, she did a good job getting to her spots and where you can tell where she was comfortable from shooting the ball from.
Sophie Morales, of course, she was dynamic in the break. A lot of pinpoint passes, also showing her skill set from the perimeter, knocking down 3 jumpers.
Yeah, and most importantly, I thought Sophie did a good job when the game was kind of close, that she turned it up on her defensive end and she took away the angles, and she's the one who caused a lot of deflections, stole the ball, and got the team on a run.
So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about your team. This year, 15-4. I believe you're 10-3 in the conference. You've won 7 straight. Ranked number 6 nationally in the country. Your thoughts of where your team is at this point?
We're in a fine spot. I mean, obviously we're staying humble. I mean, if you would have came to practice today, you would have not thought that. But we want to keep working on the process. I think like I said, execution is a big championship trait, and we're working really hard on the details of that. I mean, like of knowing when and setting our teams up for our teammates up for screens and taking care of the ball better. We're turning the ball over a little bit too much, I think, even in these wins, and so. You know, working on our passing angles, really V-cutting or L-cutting to get open and things of that nature.
So as you reflect back, and we go back in time a little bit to the 2013-2014 team that won the national title, and it takes so much, so many things have to go right. There's so many ebb and flows, and not just those moments of adversity on the court, but there's also those moments of adversity behind the scenes. And when you think about we get youngsters coming over at halftime. But we roll with it. That's what we do here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. So when you reflect back on the championship team back in the 2013-2014 season, Coach, what comes to mind? What made that team so special?
They just rocked. They were competitive. They came in as freshmen. We were runner-up the year before, and we had 11 newcomers on that team. But I always liked it. They were such a competitive team, and that's what took them so far as freshmen. And then they learned how to work hard their second year. So, but we had really good players. Let's not overlook that. That was not me at all. I mean, we had an outstanding point guard who went to ASU. We had 3 Division I players, 2 other ones that went to NAU. We had defense. They had really good relationships, and they worked at it. You know, everything we do, it's not magic fairy dust. We work at that stuff, and they came that second year as sophomores. They came in the weight room even more hungry in the summertime. So it all started, you know, once we lost in that championship game as freshmen. So they're just great people. They come around. They still come around. We just had 2 of the alumni in the locker room after the game against Pima the other night. I mean, they just get it, and so they just still come around. They're still one of our favorite teams and favorite people on that team. And gosh darn it, that was fun.
Yeah. And Coach, for you personally, you've been on campus, you've been with the program, correct me if I'm wrong, since 1999, first as an assistant, and now, of course, a long time as a head coach. And what's it like to be part of something and continue to watch it grow and blossom? And now, you know, it's a machine that is so respected, not just in the state of Arizona, but nationally as well, and just continue to set the standard for women's basketball in the state.
I was fortunate. I mean, I was just fortunate, and it's sort of watch her grow is like, I guess, just working hard, and I guess that's what's going to happen is the outcome. But we just really work on the process over at MCC, and I was really given a great opportunity as an assistant coach to be under Pam Ulrich and Robin Shamber, and they really let me lead a lot of practices and timeouts. So moving over to the head coaching role, that the X's and O's piece wasn't hard. It was a lot of the administrative stuff, but we just go out and we continue to recruit. Robin, Coach Shammer, she taught me how to recruit and how to go out and get players and how to conduct home visits and campus visits and build those type of relationships. And then over the years, you just gotta keep working. You can never be satisfied. You can't get complacent. The minute we start getting complacent as a staff, we will not be a well-oiled machine anymore. And the younger coaches coming into our league, they're pushing me. They don't know it, but I know they're pushing me. So we have to stay hungry on the recruiting trail.
Absolutely, and not just the coaches, but the athletes. Anytime you let complacency set in, that's the downfall of any individual or any team. So tonight is the Play for K game, cancer awareness. Through Play for K, she saw a way to bring communities together and honor cancer warriors, survivors, and thrivers in the fight against cancer, uniting players, coaches, officials, and fans to do something for the greater good that far exceeds wins and losses in competition. The Play for K initiative is our largest fundraiser and plays a major role in our success. And when we talk about Kay Yao, coach, legendary coach, over 700 career wins in her time at North Carolina State, when you think about her and her legacy in basketball, what comes to mind for you?
Greatness, and just giving us younger coaches an opportunity. And us women growing up in the coaching, wanting to be a coach one day, just giving us an opportunity to fulfill our dream to become a coach. And she was just great at NC State and everywhere she went. So she was a real pioneer for all of us.
And she definitely set the bar for the next generation of great coaches and players to follow in her footsteps. And for the initiative that was started in her behalf, the Play for K game, that's one of the most attended games and one of the most recognized games, and not just in the high school, but the collegiate circuit. How special is that as well, Coach?
Well, it's really special, and unfortunately it hits home. Like one of our players from the 2008, 2009, 2008 to 2010 team, she's fighting metastatic breast cancer back in DC. So, all these funds going to the fundraiser, and you're supporting the Cancer Foundation, it's going to save some of us.
High school, colleges, and universities across the country participate in the Play for K events. Over 1,000 teams nationwide have participated, and raises money for the K Yao Cancer Fund, which helps so many in need throughout the country. And the Cancer Fund has awarded over $8 million in the fight against cancer affecting women everywhere. And that's just, as a father of 2 daughters, and when I hear that kind of effort is helping young ladies in need, it just warms my heart.
Absolutely, and the money's going straight to the support of finding a cure for this disease.
So, Coach, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Oh gosh.
So right now, anyone can go and shoot a half-court shot. And Coach, I know you still got the skill. I know you got the skill. I know you got the will. I know you can fill it up. You want to go up there? Because if I go up there, I'm just going to embarrass myself.
Not a chance.
Not a chance?
There's something about me. I always told my coach, never put me in to throw a baseball pass in a press offense. So half court's a little bit out of my range.
Yeah, but Coach, you and I have talked before the Chandler Gilbert game. You were a scorer in your time.
I was.
You lit it up. You lit it up. Because I think you can still show all these young whippersnappers. Look at this. I mean, like that's going to be me if I go out there right now. And I'm too embarrassed to even try. Because last year I did, Coach. It was like basically I was building a house with one brick after another. And it wasn't pretty.
Well, I would add to that.
I was basically, if I step in that court right now, I'm losing my man card completely. My daughters, my wife, and my dog will disown me.
Well, my sons wouldn't let me back in the house.
Yeah. And no one's even close. Maybe they should move it to the three-point line instead. So of course, it's the last regular season home game. It's also senior night for Jaden Herrera, Caitlin Benally, as well as Lexi Walper. Benally with 5 points, Jaden Herrera with a couple buckets as well, and Lexi Walper giving all-out effort as usual. And that one skies over the backboard. So at least someone was in a zip code.
Right?
Yeah. Now I know
There
there's
you
some.
go.
That's
in.
close.
Oh, dang.
That got the rim. And we got all kinds of youngsters out there as well. Now, Mia DiPuccio's brother, Alex, he's here. And he was decked out in some Sentinels kind of costume. I'm hoping he would make it over, but needs to say, he is not here at the moment, but he had a big Sentinels suit on. That one is off the rim, off the backboard, I should say. Now everyone's just chucking it. And that's how I would have to do it,
There
Coach.
you go.
A little too strong,
Oh, gosh.
possibly. Now everyone's like, okay, I can do it. I've got it. I know I got what it takes. And we are down to our final 5 seconds. So what
that's
have we?
in. Oh.
So what have we learned from the halftime shooting event here, Coach? That some shooting lessons and some practice has to be taken.
A little bit. They need to hook up with my assistant coach. Fun fact, he's really good at these half-court shots.
So what is it, Coach? Not enough legs from the shooters?
Not enough oomph.
Not enough oomph. You got to have the extra skill
And a
and will
little
here.
bit of touch. Like,
He was close. Well,
yeah, he's pretty good.
Oh, the little man was close. Oh, and Amelie Cartagena, who played for Seton last year, she's about to
yeah, she is.
give it a rip. Amelie, who's not playing college basketball right now, and I every time I see her here, I'm like, Amelie, how come you're not playing somewhere?
I know. We recruited her. We recruited her pretty good too, and she was going to MCC.
Yeah.
Just academically.
Yeah.
But I chose not to play anymore.
And she is such a good kid and has such a great shot. She would definitely crack someone's lineup and knock down some threes. And
Oh, for sure.
the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference. Cartagena misses from long range. So we're in like bonus time here,
Yeah,
Coach.
you
This
are.
is, wow!
33%.
Bam!
That's not bad.
Someone's gonna knock it down. See, like, I think he should get like something for the snack bar for free, right?
Absolutely.
Reese's peanut butter cups, some kind of chocolate.
Yeah, get a little Snickers.
Starburst, something, some Skittles, you know, big extra large Coke.
Hopefully they raise some good money for the foundation.
Yeah. Long shot. That's almost in. And now we have this cute little young man. And look at him run off.
He's got good transition defense.
Absolutely. Look at that big smile on his face. So that is part of our halftime. Of course, it is the Play for K game in the honor of Kay Yao, the legendary coach at NC State. They started a fundraiser game in her name for cancer awareness, or all cancer survivors out there as well. That's why the Sentinels are decked out in pink. By the way, the Kay Yao Cancer Fund offers a free education session designed to educate, empowers, and equip students to become change agents in the fight against all cancers affecting women. As change agents, students will have the opportunity to positively impact their families and communities from the inside out, creating a ripple effect, helping to change the narrative around cancer outcomes nationwide. Support the Kay Yao Cancer Fund. Go online for more information for a great cause benefiting so many. For more information, you can contact Jennifer Sullivan at jennifer.sullivan@kyao.com. Second half underway. Sentinels, Herrera, Morales will go the other way, and Sophie
Right on
reads the
point.
defense and banks it in. She's got 8 points. Sentinel's largest lead at 16. Carmela trying to reach in and draw another turnover. St. Mary's working it to Reyes. Reyes pulls up. And that one's off the rim. Good work underneath. And battling. Getting some good toughness by Sophia Bryant. Sentinels finally come down with it. Morales in transition. Sophie pulls it back out. Dumps it right down to Benally. And Reyes contact, and Benally doing what she does, working the paint like a champ.
Yep, run the floor, you will score.
Second half just underway from Seton Catholic. Sentinels looking to close out the year a perfect 8-0 on home court. Great recognition, and Morales knocks it in off the great feed from Benally. So you're seeing a little bit of the skill set from Caitlin Benally as well, Coach. She's really great down in the blocks, but also can see the cutters and sees the floor well. And that's one thing about this Seton team. I've really seen the growth as the IQ of the team, the recognition, and they see the play before it happens as Reyes knocks it in on the other side. Turnover by Seton. Reyes. St. Mary's down 16. Reyes, the team's leading scorer, with 4 points. Sophia Bryant showing some toughness down in the blocks. And for Coach Vanessa Santa Cruz, her team fighting, not quitting, Coach.
No, they are. They're doing their best to run their, execute their game plan.
Britton, who's come off the bench with 8 points, fires it up. Bryant underneath, and Bryant up and in. Sophia Bryant, some toughness down in the blocks, pulling some rebounds. Bryant, a junior. Maddie Britton, a senior. Morales.
Nice pass.
And Jane Herrera, point blank look off the good feed. She's got 6 points. Morales, 10 points. And racking up the assists as we go. Morales with the steal. Hooks around the defender. Morales got numbers. Benally. And Caitlin with 7 points. And the lead blossoming to 18. And Gallardo almost came up with the steal. Trickles out of bounds. 5:23 left. St. Mary's starting to feel the fury that is the Seton defense. Seton loves the press, and if you can't handle the press, and if you don't play transition defense against Seton, you've got no shot.
Yeah, you got to really have the ability to sustain intensity when you play a team like Seton.
Carmelo rips it away. Surgically up the floor. Morales, Benally. Morales. Herrera fires it up. Good post defense by St. Mary's. Britton will dish it over. Bella Soroco. Herrera will take it away. And right now it's a hot potato. Benally with the tip. And Carmela comes up with it. Morales slicing up the floor. Herrera try to get it inside of Caitlin Benally. So both sides coming up with some good transition defense. St. Mary's trying to cut into this Seton 18-point lead, and Herrera takes it away. Morales and Carmelo right through the wickets as Sophia Bryant comes back. Coming up the floor, Soroco. Stopping and hitting the outside shot is Gwen Carter. So St. Mary's and Seton trading some ugly possessions, and finally Gwen Carter knocks one down.
Yeah, third quarter always, it's going to go one way or the other in the beginning of a third quarter.
Seton was in that good 3-minute stretch where they seemed unstoppable, and then last couple possessions. Sophie gets a breather. Morales checks out. DiPuccio checks in. Mia's mom, Rebecca, always here courtside, loves her Seton basketball. Mia's dad, Adam, played football at Bowling Green, also played for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Now, if you ask Mia, she said her dad played for Ohio State, but that's not the case. I got the breakdown from Big A on that. Good tie-up by Carmela. Seton possession. So she comes from an athletic family. Had a good summer playing some basketball over in Europe. DiPuccio swings it out to Gregston. Reagan to Benally to DiPuccio, and Reyes not giving in. Reyes coming up with a good defense. Down the ways. And how about the effort by Gwen Carter? Just not afraid to go up, down in the blocks.
No, she's not.
And what we're seeing from St. Mary's, Coach, look, they're down 16, but what I like about this team right now, they're showing no fear.
Correct. Yeah, they're still playing hard, and they're still going hard. And we're, working on they're just playing fundamentals, what I'm trying to say, I guess.
And, Coach, is that in the early stages for Coach Vanessa Santa Cruz, is that part of the process? One of the early traits is that regardless of the skill, is that the team has got to be able to show no fear on the court.
Absolutely, you got to be competitors. Yeah, for sure. She's getting that out of them. She's in a good spot.
So the Sentinels looking for a basket. Gregston driving. And that's going to be a loose ball foul against Reagan Gregston. Missed on the runner, and then the hand check foul. Sentinels Nation, by the way, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Freddie the Flamingo. Freddie the Flamingo is a staple here, and that's a foul down the blocks. And Coach, Freddie the Flamingo right there, he is like the mascot of Seton Catholic, but you're seeing one on a stick. That's the plastic version, but Freddie the Flamingo will show up at any, and there is Freddie right now. And see, Freddie's just hanging out with the student section. Now he's on the court because Freddie has free reign to go wherever he wants here at Seton Catholic. Maybe at some point we might see him on the Seton bench. He might even join us at the scorer's table because Freddie's got free reign. He's a bird of the people. He goes wherever he wants to go. 41-25. Freddie checking out the action at the charity stripe. Morales and crew. 2:30 left to burn in the third. Looking to go 8-1 in the Desert Sky. Gregston inside to DiPuccio. And Mia will go to the line.
Yeah, they executed that well. They got a good touch in the paint.
Mia DiPuccio. .49% free throw shooter. And when Mia's going up and attacking forward, she's unstoppable. Sometimes lately she's taking some bad angles, going to the rim, and she's missing some chippies.
Yeah.
And she'll be the first to tell you that. And misses on the free throw. But a tie-up for Seton. Another possession. Up 43-26. And Coach, you've been in this situation before, double-digit leads. You're Karen Self. You've got a period and then some to play. What do you want to see from your team?
Can continue to execute the game plan and make sure people are because she's going to probably end up subbing and stuff. So make sure there's the leadership is still happening on the court and they're doing what's right and not getting sloppy and playing really strict, if you will, fundamentals and not bailing them out, getting them to the free throw line or not missing box outs and things like that. So that's what I anticipate her stressing in the later of this game.
So soon enough, they're going to be in the playoffs, and soon enough, your team's going to be in the postseason as well. And how much does the postseason adrenaline differ from the regular season?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, all of us have been there before, like as a coach. But I mean, each playoff game, it still gets to you. I mean, it's the pacing and the day of, you know, the pacing and waiting for that warm up to get over. And like once the ball's tipped, you're fine. But the leading up to the game, it's still, you still get butterflies. And if you don't, then you're tired.
So let me ask you, do you still remember the great wins more, or do you sometimes let the tough losses linger and sometimes you remember those even more?
To be honest, you know, like losing sucks.
Sucks. Let's
So-
just face it.
Let's just,
Whether it be a game
Yeah.
or you come up short in life, it sucks with a capital
hate to lose
S.
more. Winning is great, but you hate to lose more. That's kind of, or that's where I'm at. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but yeah, so I guess I remember the losses a little bit more.
Is it one of those things you reflect back on what you could have done better as a coach in the course?
Absolutely.
Reyes gets tied up. Reyes saw a slew of pink in front of her. And that's going to be Sophie Morales on the foul, and Reyes will go to the line. Reyes has shown nice skill set tonight. Can handle the basketball, some good court vision. Once
Yeah.
again, only a sophomore, putting up 16, 7, and 2.
Yeah, she's got good size, nice body. She's got footwork. I mean, she keeps at it. She's a good player.
She's got 5 points, make that 6. St. Mary's continues to work and work. They've got 3 seniors on the roster. DiPuccio goes strong, and that's what I like to see from Mia. Going strong, looking at the rim, and she's almost automatic when she's doing just that. She's got 8 points. Britton on the other end. And this is a kid, coach, all of a sudden, she's averaging 2 points a game, but she's come off the bench, and she came out here and saw all the pink uniforms, and she got a fire in her belly.
She must have, and that's good for her.
She's got 10, and
Yeah.
she's been a force off the bench. Walper with the miss. Underneath, and Reyes gets one of those cheapy fouls that if you're a coach, you just can't stand, but Herrera. Couple Sentinels checking in. DiPuccio out, Benally out, Gallardo out, Gregston back in. Also checking back in, St. Mary's Sophia Bryant. And Bryant has shown me a lot this game too. She's been a workhorse down in the paint for St. Mary's. Benally. And Benally's great off that little
Yeah.
3-footer catch and shoot off the glass.
Yeah, they're doing a good job tonight executing their inbounds plays.
She's got 9 points. Sentinels by 17. Under a minute left in the third. Joe Pequeno, Paulo Hutchison, Corey Stevenson, our guest analyst, the Mesa Community College coach. Her team ranked 6th in the country. 15-4, 10-3 in league. They've won 7 straight. And coach, for anyone who wants to go to Mesa Community College and catch a game, when's your next game and what's the price of admission?
Our next game is Wednesday at 5:30. The men follow us at 7:30, and the admission is free. You can get some good family entertainment for free. You can just bring if you can, bring a perishable food item, and we donate it to our Mesa market on campus that is available for all students. But yeah, you can get some good basketball, some free entertainment, family entertainment.
And that's great. So all those families out there, if you're looking to watch some great basketball, and I mean this, when you go watch Coach Stevenson and her squad, you're watching a well-oiled machine, one of the best junior college teams in the country. They're electric. They average almost 70 points a game. They play tight defense, and they get after it. They are fun to watch. When it's all said and done, they'll have a chance to potentially go deep in the national tournament as well. So Wednesday night, they'll be taking on Chandler Gilbert in Mesa. Free to the public. All they ask, bring a canned good to help those in need out there. Sentinels bringing the tight ball pressure. Britton blocked by Benally. Morales. And taken back by St. Mary's. And good hustle by Gwen Carter. And that's going to be on Sophie Morales, even though but that Lexi Walper picked that foul up. Gwen Carter showing some toughness. Sophia Bryant showing some toughness. We also have some announcements to make. A big thank you, shout out to family and friends of Caitlin Benally. Thanks for your support throughout her career at Seton Prep. The Miles of Grown Point, New Mexico. Garcias of Germantown, Maryland. Smiths of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Father Paul Taylor of Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Skies of Arlington, Virginia. Chavez's of Falls Church, Virginia. And Coach, if I run out of time in this game, let me know.
Okay.
Chavez of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Vigils of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Garcia of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Garcias of Tucson, Arizona. Chavez of Tucson, Arizona. Benales of Snowflake, Arizona. Sanchez of Fort Apache, Arizona. Chavez's of Acoma, New Mexico. Patricios of Acoma, New Mexico. Others throughout Indian country, thank you, Grandpa Chavez. Let's go, Lady Sentinels. And that is a list of supportive family members that love Caitlin Benally, and that is fantastic to see. So we are done with the third period. Sentinels with a 47-31 third period lead. Oh, and by the way, we have to give the refs their love tonight. The two referees tonight are Anto and Pat Wishwowski. And we are in the middle of a raffle right now. And I know I'm not the winner because I don't win anything. Coach, I buy lottery tickets every week, and all I'm doing is just making sure I'm funding education throughout Arizona. And I'm okay with that. But I'm hoping one day I win, but I never do. So I know I'm not going to win this raffle. But we do have a winner. And the list of prizes, it's going to be behind door number A, door number B, or door number C. So good to see a raffle winner as we begin to this fourth period. Sentinels closing in on their 8th Desert Sky victory. Chance to move closer to the postseason. And as we kind of look at the Desert Sky, Seton Catholic 7-1, 18-6, Mesquite 6-1, 20-3, Saguaro 4-3, 13-9, St. Mary's 3-4, 8-10, Arcadia 2-5. Sentinels will go to Arcadia Wednesday. Arcadia 6-14 overall, and Marcos 0-8, 2-20. So Lexi Walper going amongst the trees. Reyes just too much of a body in front. In transition, Reyes swings it inside. High up the glass won't go. Morales. And that's going to be a reach in against St. Mary's. Sentinels leading comfortably by 16.
Reyes keeps working on her game. She's gonna be a good player.
See, Coach, the great thing about you coming here, not only do you get to watch entertaining basketball, I give you a free scouting while you're here. You're checking out potential Mesa players down the road.
Maybe. I mean, she's young. She got good feet.
Capuccio off the good feet inside. And Mia now has 10 points. Jaden and Britton tracks it down. Reyes, 22 on the shot clock. Working the top of the key, swings it over. Back to Reyes. Reyes going in. Doesn't get the love off the glass. Capuccio rips it. And Morales down the court. Walper to Herrera. And Herrera. Something told me it might have been one too many steps, or she was taking the bus to head to Mexico. One of the two. Sentinels up 18. And that one taken away. A lack of concentration just for a split second by Ava Serreras. Gallardo swings it over to Jaden Herrera. Sophie to Gallardo, puts it on the court. Back to Sophie. Sophie, Lexi Walper open. And Lexi knocks down the three. Senior night.
Yep.
And we love to see that. Lexi is also a member of the softball team as well. And Coach Karen Self raved about Lexi when she joined the team. Great teammate, hard worker, has taken to the game well, and for a first-time player in this kind of program, Coach, that's all you can ask for. Someone just committing themselves to the process.
Absolutely, you can tell she's well liked. Everyone got so excited and when she scored her basket, so that's a testament to her character.
Bryant inside, misses. Walper battling underneath, boxing her out. Sophie up the floor, works that middle, works to DiPuccio, Herrera, and Jaden making some senior memories. She's got 8 points. And the lead is comfortably at 19. .5:23 left. Sentinels are back at it Wednesday night, taking on Arcadia, and then it's the weekend. It's the weekend, Coach, where you've been in this situation where all of a sudden you're waiting for the brackets, you're waiting for the postseason information. What's that like, the unknown of waiting to see who you're going to play?
Well, honestly, I don't know if I've really been in that situation. I guess going to the national tournament, but you're just working. You just continue to work on you. Don't worry about, you work on what you can control. So.
Britton going up. Gregston out to Sophie. And Jane Herrera, right now, part of the Sophie Morales GoFundMe page.
Yeah, Sophie, she created that 2-on-1 nicely. Draw that defender just enough to open up a passing lane.
Herrera's got 10, Sophie's got 10. And look, I don't have the ability to chart assist, but I'm just gonna give, you know, Coach, and correct me if I'm wrong, basic school in math, they always taught you to round up. So I'm assuming with Sophie, I'm gonna give her 10 assists on the night.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to give her about 12 to 13.
That's a safe bet. Okay, so we're in a good place. Sophie's got a double-double, and she's only a junior. So when you look at this team, the Sentinels, they lose Benally, they lose Jane Herrera, they lose Lexi Walper. Coming back, well, they've got greatness. Morales, DiPuccio, Gregston, and Gallardo. And next year, they're going to be in 3A.
Yeah.
So they're going to be going down in division. And I'm just going to throw out a fair warning for 3A. Get back in transition.
Right.
And you got to be able to handle the press.
Yeah, they got good guard play coming back.
And the thing about Karen, her team, summertime, they're in the weight room, they're playing tournaments, they're getting ready. The season's not just shut down as soon as the last playoff game is played. No. St. Mary's, Britton. Look at Britton go.
Yes.
Off the bench, and again, Britton, another basket.
Good for her.
She's got 12 points.
She stepped up because they're doing a nice job taking away Reyes, and so she's the one that's open, and so she's doing what she's supposed to be doing.
And what is that like for a young lady, Coach? You've seen this, a young lady who maybe hasn't put up the numbers in the course of the season, gets limited minutes, but all of a sudden comes in and just has the game of her life. And what does that do for her confidence? Maybe not just in basketball, but you know, for her self-growth as well.
Well, yeah, I hope it teaches her, like, obviously she's been working hard at it because it's coming all together. So hopefully she's, you know, learning, like, focus on the process and the outcome will take care of itself and, you know, make her a little bit more hungry to continue to work hard.
Gwen Carter. Carter putting up 9 points a game with an opportunity for the three-point play, and does that. She's got 7. Sentinels in control, working their way through the final 2 games of the season, tonight and Arcadia. And then it's the season that counts. Gregston over to Walper in the corner. Pass for Benally taken away by Carter. And Reyes will work up the floor. Alondra Reyes, a sophomore. And showing the skill set.
Yeah, she is.
She's got 9 points. Lexi Walper with an opportunity. That's knocked away. Britton with the good hands. Morales, good spin move. Sophie shoots it back to Walper. Walper. Gregston. Morales will let it fly. Sophie too strong, and Walper tracks it down. Feeds Benally. Benally feeds her back. That one in and out. Reyes. And a reach in against Gregston. But I love, you know, baskets didn't fall in that sequence, Coach, but the unselfishness.
Yeah, it was there. Caitlin really, you know, she's empowering her teammate to shoot it with Lexi right there on that kick out. So that goes a long ways when, you know, it's player-led and not coach-led.
And the great thing about seeing, Coach, in the course of so many games, the bench, whoever's on the bench is so supportive of the players that come in. So you'll see a lot of youngsters. Herrera blocked by Britton. So many youngsters get in and they get their moments on the court and they score and the bench will explode. And that just shows the support for each other and the appreciation, because there's so much basketball, there's so much hard work that's put in, and a lot of those kids that don't get to play, they're battling in practice and they're making the first teamers work.
Yeah, absolutely. So when they get a chance to go in and do something good, that just shows like the type of culture, you know, Seton has. So they can appreciate the hard work that their teammates are putting in, and when they get to shine, they celebrate it, and that's awesome.
Gregston try to feed Morales inside. And good defense again by Gwen Carter. Gwen Carter's played tough in this game. Gwen Carter, Sophia Bryant, Maddie Britton, Alondra Reyes. Hey, big props to these girls in green. They didn't come here and roll over. They came here and they got blown out the first time, but they got better this time around. Karen Self, lifetime 9-2 against St. Mary's. Seton has won the last 9 games. Reyes. Alondra Reyes. Once again, impressive from the perimeter.
It's been a good little matchup between her and Caitlin.
She's got 11 points. Morales banks it off the glass. Sophie Morales with the touch. She's got 12, double-digit assists. Gwen Carter, Britton, and Herrera down low. And Maddie Britton flexing down in the block, showing some toughness. I love that.
She is.
Right?
She has been the whole game, and then she runs back hard. You know, she got good next play speed too. She's been running back hard in transition.
Now we don't know what the schedule will look like next year, so this could be one of the last times Seton plays St. Mary's in a long time. So for a new coach in place in Vanessa Santa Cruz, who played at St. Mary's, whose jersey is retired.
Oh, congratulations.
She won a state title as a coach. She's trying to build her culture, and you can tell by the effort her kids have put here tonight, they're going in the right direction. And Mia off the cross-court feed from Sophie. She's got 12 points, 58-47, winding down, $1:30 left. Britton from long range. That one misses, and Seton will take over. Good crowd on hand, senior night. We've got plenty of students. We've got the cheerleaders led by Liberty Fogarty, who's always a ball full of energy. Freddie the Flamingo, always on hand. DiPuccio down the blocks, out battles Reyes on that possession. She's now got 14 points, and there's Libby. Short time ago, had a chance to talk to Libby and say, "Hey, Libby, I've been giving you love on the live streams because when you're not just cheerleading," and Libby's right there, coach, with glasses. She's in the student section, and she's always bringing energy to the games, and that's what being a classmate and a fellow athlete is.
Yes, it is. There she goes.
And Sophie on the great move to the rack. She's got 14. And Sophie's put on a show, 64-47. Time winding down. Cruz. Gwen Carter cruising to the rack. Will have an opportunity to shoot a pair. So this Arcadia team coming in with, make that St. Mary's 8-10, 3-4. Seton, of course, will play Arcadia on Wednesday.
They got a nice player over there that they'll key in on.
Gwen Carter knocks down the first. 35.9 seconds left. Benally, Walper, and Herrera, the three seniors on the squad, on the floor for the final seconds in what is their last regular season home game here at Seton. Of course, they'll have more action come playoff time. Carmella showing the handles. Oh, so well. Benally misses, and Reyes pulls it down. And St. Mary's will play for the final shot. And Reyes, good pull-up, and Gwen Carter underneath among the trees, and Carmella at the buzzer. And that's off the glass, and Seton victorious, 64-49. Sentinels now 19-6, 8-1 in Desert Sky play. And Coach, as we reflect on this one, it's easy to give love and throughout the Seton lineup, but it starts with Sophie, who had 14 points and was dazzling with the ball in her hand.
Yeah, she did a good job tonight. She set the tone, and when St. Mary's got a little close, she knew it was time to, like, okay, let's go, let's crack them. And so she got it back on the defensive end and made some big plays for her team.
Also, Mia DiPuccio, nice night. She had 14 as well. Carmella Gallardo, can't say enough about Carmella. 14. 11 of those in the first, and she really got Seton going in that first period. Coach.
Yeah, she did. She took the right shot. Sophie found her for her shots, and she knocked it down. So it kind of put the pressure on St. Mary's. We better stretch our defense out a little bit.
Caitlin Benally now with 9 points. So, Coach, you survived.
Yeah, thank you.
Your thoughts on the experience? Was it harder? Was it easier?
I think it was a little bit easier than I anticipated. It was fun. This is fun.
Yeah. No stress, right?
No, you're a good leader.
Thank you. Well, I did play baseball, and I try to make sure being that you are married to Brian Stevenson, the baseball coach here at Seton Catholic, I wanted to make sure that I fed you some good balls to hit off the tee.
Well,
some good lob balls to knock out of the park, right?
You did fine. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Well, you'll get the grade when you get home. So now, Coach, this is what we do. This is up to you. No pressure here. I do post-game interviews. You're more than welcome to stay, but you can also say, Joe, it's time to get back in the real world to family and the team. So this is where we'll interview some players, but you're more than welcome and no pressure.
I'll let you finish it out.
Coach, thank you for being here. That is
No, thank you.
Corey Stevenson, the great coach at Mesa Community College. Her team's back in action on Wednesday at home, 5:30, Coach, against Chandler Gilbert.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Free to the public.
Yes.
That means
every game is.
Every game, so you want to watch great collegiate basketball action free of charge. All they ask is you bring a canned good to support those in need out there, and
men's and women's.
Men's and women's, and Coach Stevenson's team ranked number 6 in the country, not just eyeing the D2 title locally. No. We're talking about going to the playoffs with big aspirations, Coach. Safe to say?
We got Chandler Gilbert on Wednesday.
There you go. And that's the old cliche you get from every coach and every player. First game's first, right?
After today's practice? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Coach, thank you. Good to see you.
I appreciate you. Thanks all for the kind words.
And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym, here with one of the departing seniors, Jaden Herrera. Jaden, your last regular season home game, what was it like? Your dad was here. Your mom, by the way, Regina, could not make it. She threw her back out. So Regina out there, plenty of love and kisses from your daughter and from all the Seton Nation for you. Sorry you're not here this evening, but for you, Jaden, what was it like? You know, the emotional lead up and, of course, playing the game itself.
Game. It was very exciting. I had a lot of energy. I was really excited for my teammates, but also focused on the game.
Yeah.
Alondra.
So that being said, what was it like now that you have time to reflect that this is your last regular season home game here? That your time on this campus is winding down. Of course, you're going to have some playoff games here, but did it set in yet that slowly but surely you're going to be putting the jerseys on?
No, it hasn't set in yet because I just try to put it off. I don't want to think about it, but I know it's definitely going to hit me sooner or later. But yeah, it's definitely sad, but I just try not to think about it too much because it's just so many good memories with the team. I just try not to think about it.
And you think about all the good memories. You're going to talk about that. When you think about playing for this Seton Catholic program and Karen Self and all the great things that have happened on this campus, what really comes to mind for you?
As a player or like just on the team?
Either way.
On the team, we've definitely had a lot of highs and lows throughout me being here. But what's most important is that it's just a sisterhood, and we're seriously a family. And no matter like how tough it gets or how hard practices are, it's just so special, the bond I've created with all of my sisters on the team. And it's definitely sad departing with them, but it's a lot of good memories.
A sisterhood indeed, and that sisterhood goes on because there's more basketball left to be played and one final regular season game. And that's Arcadia on the road on Wednesday. And your thoughts of going there and trying to end the season on a strong note?
Any thoughts? Just to take care of business, you know, not take them lightly, even though we did beat them. But just definitely get some good runs in, practice what we need to practice before the playoffs.
There you go. That is Jaden Herrera, 10 points, senior night. Of course, more basketball left in her tank, as well as the Sentinels. The sisterhood from John J. McMahon Gym will have more. Keep it locked and loaded on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. So we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym, and Caitlin Benally joins me now, departing senior. Caitlin, of course, another good night on the floor in the 64-49 victory. Caitlin with 9 points. And I want to let you know, your grandfather gave me this list, and you have more family than some countries. And I read everyone off, and the list of support, if you see this right here, is tremendous. You want to give a shout out to all the people across the world that support you?
Yeah, shout out.
So that being said, senior night for you, Caitlin, what was it like to be introed and knowing that this is your last regular season home game here and your time winding down in a Seton uniform is coming shortly to a close?
I think it's really sad, but it's also like really exciting because I know we're still gonna go on. Like I would be sad if we weren't making the playoffs, but of course we're gonna make the playoffs. So trust we're gonna play hard and play as long as we can. And I think the thing that saddens me the most is like my time to being coached by Coach Karen is running out.
Yeah, and you kind of talk about that, and you talk about Coach Karen Self, over 800 wins, closing in on Minor Webster's all-time record for most wins by a women's coach in the state of Arizona. What has Karen Self done for you in your life?
Well, she's just been a great advocate and like a good advice giver. She's always been there. She's always gonna be there, honestly. Like whenever, anything about everything you can just talk to her about. It's really nice to have that person.
When you kind of reflect on, as your grandfather's taking pictures of us right now, when you reflect on your Seton career, and like I said, there's more basketball to be played, what comes to mind for you?
There's more to come, more to play. I would think that I still have a lot of potential and like growth as a person. Like I am not peaked whatsoever at all. So I'm just excited for my future and like how much more growth I can have.
Yeah, and that future will take you eventually to Fort Lewis, but still plenty more basketball left to be played.
Yeah.
Let's talk about getting through Arcadia and then the real season, the postseason, and whether that's the Open or 4A, and your thoughts of trying to lead this team to a championship one way or another, and of course, the intensity has to pick itself up as well.
Yeah, I just need to, like, as a captain, just focus on picking the team up and making sure we're executing and, like, not turning inwards. And I know that once I do my job, we can compete well as a team.
There you go. Caitlin Benally, always a force down the blocks, always putting up the big numbers tonight. 9 points, close to 9 rebounds, and another Seton victory. And keep it locked and loaded. One more senior, Lexi Walper, will join us on the perfect transition right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. So the Sentinels pick up the 64-49 victory over visiting St. Mary's. Sentinels now 19-6, 8-1 in Desert Sky play. One game left. They'll take on Arcadia on Wednesday night. Sophie Morales dazzling with the ball in her hands, 14 points, double-digit assists. Mia Puccio with 14 points as well, and Carmela Gallardo with 14 as well. We appreciate Corey Stevenson, the head coach at Mesa Community College, for joining us on the live stream. Our team ranked number 6 in the country in the JUCO circuit, one of the best teams in the country. Her team plays Wednesday night hosting Chandler Gilbert, free to the public at Mesa Community College. Of course, we appreciate all the great people here at Seton Catholic for allowing us to bring you the live streams on a weekly and daily basis right here on the campus of Seton Catholic off Ray and Dobson Road, off the 202 in the East Valley. For Paulo Hutchison, the live stream who makes this happen, could not do it without Super P. He's a man of many cameras. He's a man of many talents. I'm Joe Pequeno. Good night from Seton. The women with another victory. We'll see you soon on the Seton Catholic Sports Network.